Assalamualaikum Toffies, it's me Toph. Welcome back to my channel. How's it going? As to the topic of this video, I have an Instagram. Yay! I try to put a question on Instagram almost every week now, so if you have questions, drop them there. Who knows, I might make a video on it. Anyhow, that sticker stays eerily quiet most of the time, but I got a good one from one of my friends. I was able to answer on my story, but I believe I can expand upon the answer, so that's what I'm here to do. The question was, how long do you work on your script each day? What do you do when you get writer's block? I have a lot to say here. I'll build upon the answer I gave and expand. There are mainly three types of videos I worked on so far. Number one, it's a rant video. This is when I see a problem and it disturbs me. Say, for example, this. I would talk about it if I didn't have the risk of termination of my channel, but I bring it up whenever I can. Or another example would be calling out people for how they do things. Anyhow, when I see something, it's highly likely my friends have thought the same thing as me, so I start talking in my group chats. More often than not, a few more talking points or perspectives come out in the open. Hindsight and getting to talk to people can help. These kinds of scripts usually are completed almost immediately. I get too passionate about the topic and write about it too fast. So after I finish it, I read and reread it to make sure I don't forget something in it. These types of scripts are the most fun to voice over because I unintentionally plan jokes or get set up by myself too well to ignore. So yeah, the first type of script I work on is rant videos. The second type of videos I work on is games or series or movie series. For example, Undertale and The Moon Wakes Up. In here, there are two further categories. Here goes. So one subtype is whether the series or games is completed, like Undertale. More often than not, I'm unable to go through the game and get too lazy to finish what I started playing. I'm still gonna talk about it. I'm just too lazy to complete it in a set period of time. The other subtype is a series that is still ongoing, like The Moon Wakes Up by Mr. Friend. I wanted to make my videos before the 7th episode of the series came out, so I just sped up the scripts and so I wouldn't have to watch and rewatch the video, especially when it's 7 minutes long. That's the second type of scripts that I talk about. The third category is where I don't look at just one video or one website to take information. Say I want to talk about something on psychology. I not look at just one video or one website. I look at multiple sources and make sure I understand from someone who has more experience in the area. I have friends and family who are doing or have done psychology to then explain to a wider audience, which I don't have. Here's a tip by Toph. It's important to write on subjects that you are really passionate and interested about. For me, if it's really nothing interesting or something I can't provide a perspective about, I skip that topic for an attempt later on. I don't keep those topics around because it's hard for me to develop interest. When people suggest ideas, I often reject them because it's highly unlikely I'll get into it. Call me close-minded about looking into more topics, but when it doesn't fit into my agenda in any way, shape, or form, why should I try my best to try to make other people understand? If I don't care for the topic at hand, why should other people listen to me care? Another thing I do is keep deadlines a lot. A script would or should take a little bit under a week. I don't like festering on one topic for too long because I'll get derailed for more interesting topics, so I become speed. Another thing I do is that I attach multiple things to one thing. I'll be listening to a podcast while recording an artwork to be put as a background footage for videos. So listening to a podcast, doing artwork, and recording would be done in one sitting. Also, when I write, it has multiple purposes. So I write not only because it's a hobby, it's something I use to cope with stress. And it's not just for me, it's me putting a perspective that might not have been said yet. So yeah, I would suggest you find your own way of doing things and find out why you want to do stuff. A lot of YouTubers suggest finding your purpose when you're starting a YouTube, and I think that applies to everything I do. I need more reasons than just myself, so may Allah help you with whatever project that you're working with. One thing I wanted to add was the thing I do while scripting is just writing. I organize later on when I have everything out. My scripts are really messy the first time I read them that you think it's just my diary that nobody else wants to see. So don't let anybody else make you believe that you're disorganized or something if you're gonna correct it later on. One thing I'm scared of is running out of ideas that I talk about, but so far an idea has always presented itself for me, so Alhamdulillah for that. So that will be the end of the video. I know this video is very visually unappealing, but editing is not my strong suit. I don't like particularly doing it, but I also am sure that my videos don't need the editing work that other YouTubers have. Anyhow, it's Toph signing out. Allah Hafiz.